resonate with them. That's why you guys resonate with them. But, and it, you know, like, this isn't, yeah, exactly. Somebody just said, Brenda, you're spot on. Like, this might not be, you know, like, he wants to be a police officer. Like, if that's what you want to do, like, that's what you do, you know, like, it's, you know, if it isn't something that aligns with your career path, and, you know, it's not something you want to, like, give up everything, where Alex and I were kind of just like, yeah. And it makes sense because we're both kind of into this type of stuff now. Like, that's why it was really easy for us, but it's not easy for someone who, you know, maybe isn't sure if that's what they want to do. But that doesn't mean, like, he's not going to come out every once in a while. That doesn't mean he isn't going to be in our stuff. He's always going to be around, but, you know, to fill, like, a full-time role, you gotta, there has to be some duties, or, like, some pay, you know, like, there has to be a role. And that's what, you know, like, you have to be really careful too with, especially in a situation like that where you don't know if the goals align. You know, you got to be really careful going into, like, business and stuff with your friends. Really have to be careful with that. Alex and I, it made sense because we were both on board. We were on the same page. We both realized, you do this, I do that. We know what we're good at. We know what we're not. And it balances. But when you start bringing in other friends, like, you got to really be careful. Really be careful. Yeah, I may need a cop. I may need a future police officer. Luckily, I have a couple of friends who are going in police officers, because on my lives, you never know what'll happen. Yeah, you want to preserve friendship, especially in that circumstance where it's like you're kind of unsure, you don't know fully, because, you know, you don't want to make an investment into somebody, because that's what it is. And then, you know, you guys know what I'm getting at. Yeah, you gotta have good judgment. You gotta make sure it just makes sense. I think it's really, you know, I think it's dope to do things with your friends. I think Alex and I work so well together because we were, like, really good friends to begin with. But, you know, in a lot of, like, that's a very fortunate case where a lot of times it's not the case. Barbara, that's sick. That's really cool. Yeah, it is. I mean, it was a big decision. Like, when we look back on it, like, it is I think more so, and even Alex has said, like, it was more so a bigger decision, I think, on my end. And Alex has said that just because Alex always can go back to where he worked. Like, I won't say the company name, but like, he always can go back. Whereas, like, they pretty much were just like, you're done, you're done. Not that, I mean, I'm very confident that if something were to happen, I know, like, I could get a job. It's not an issue. But, like, I just don't have that to fall back on. You know what I mean? So, but at the time, it's like, it wasn't even a decision. You know, like, it wasn't even like we had to, like, think about it. It was just like, dude, I literally remember our conversation. I'm just like, man, if we want to make some of this, we got to go. He's like, yeah. And you know Alex. You literally know Alex. Alex's response was, yeah, man, I'm down. And when you hear that, you're like, okay, like, are you sure? And then we'd bring it up and he would just, yeah, man, I'm down. That's what happened. But sometimes, like, what I've come to realize is sometimes the biggest risks are the easiest decisions. Because you just know. I know, like, that's really subjective and super circumstantial, but, like, that's in my experience. Barbara, that's dope. Worked at Universal? A call right now. I gotta cut out. I gotta answer this, so I will be back on later. I'll definitely be on later again today, tonight, but I gotta take this call. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day.